Coming up on 21st and Prime, Charles Barkley says vaccines for professional athletes. Ooh. What is the difference between faith and hope? And is somebody going to give Eric Bieniemy a job?
Yo, nephew, hand me that Barstool. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. Fresh and
Welcome to 21st in Prime. I am ready to go today. I got so many things on my mind and my heart and my spirit that I want to get out. I want to set the record straight. A multiplicity of things. And this is the platform that we're going to do.
Before you get started there, 21st Prime brought to you by our friends at Heineken 00. That's 0 calories. That's also 0 alcohol. And many times, and Coach, I know you don't understand this, and you may understand it, but it's not in your neck because you don't drink, you never have drank. But the point of the matter is that, one, you can enjoy a great libation. There's a word, look that up. Libation, and it has 0 calories, and it also has 0 alcohol for those of you who want to kind of dry out a little bit in January. And what we want you to do is log on to the website, that is beerforjanuary.com. That's beerforjanuary.com. It has all of the information that you need there. Coach, I want to ask you a question.
What about February?
You know what? We're going to talk about February, but right now we in January.
Gotcha.
Are you a fat shamer?
No.
Okay. Are you a fat shamer?
I'm not a fat shamer, but I got some fat friends that we go back and forth.
Okay.
Nate, when I say that, I'm thinking about Nate Newton.
Mm-hmm. And Jamie Dukes.
Nate is really not fat.
Right.
He's just heavy.
He's a big bone.
Yeah, but I got to keep my joke game up because it comes in me.
Right.
So I'm not a shamer.
Zion Williams.
Zion ain't fat.
Okay, and this is the question. So, no, a lot of people feel, I'm not one, I don't know, but I'm curious, you're an athlete, and you're an athlete that had a Temple,
Yeah, athlete's athlete.
Athlete's athlete, that's what I'm trying to say. And a lot of people feel he's too heavy because on the basketball
Who's those
court,
people?
There's a lot of people. I mean, I've heard
people?
from I think, I'm trying to, there are some legends, and I've seen the conversation with NBA legends, some other people.
We oftentimes judge what we hadn't seen.
And is it judge or asking a question?
We oftentimes judge what we hadn't seen.
Mm-hmm.
We hadn't seen a player of his size with his ability.
He's
so
amazing.
we assume that this ain't going to work for a period of time.
Right.
Because we've never seen it.
Right.
So we also quick to criticize and to be critical of what we've never seen that we're not accustomed to.
So you agree? No, because I don't think there's a wrong answer, because there's a parallel here to me.
I thought Charles Barkley was big back in the day when Charles was Charles on the court.
Right.
But after I met him and saw him, I say Charles is lean. But compared to all the Greyhounds running down the basketball court, he seems big.
Right.
He seemed big.
Right. And that body lasted.
How much does Zion weigh?
I think he maybe 275, somewhere in that, maybe a little north
but
of that.
But he's 6 what?
6'8". Yeah. Well, no, but again, the question becomes again, because see, this is the basketball players, and the reason I didn't give him a name because there's several of them, and I want to make sure I grab the right one before I say somebody's name.
The only reason this argument is justifiable if he stays injured because of the excess of weight.
Well, he's been injured now. The injury at Duke. Bad shoe.
Stop.
No, I'm not.
His weight ain't bust a shoe.
Why wouldn't it bust? That's exactly what it did.
I seen a lot of shoes should be busted if his weight bust a shoe. No, his weight did not bust that shoe.
He cut right through the shoe.
No,
that's the shoe's fault. That ain't his fault.
It was a shoe.
But
it was a defective shoe. His weight did not bust a whole shoe.
Of course it did.
No, it did, dog. His weight did not
obviously
bust a shoe. I got a couple guys on this team. The shoe should be shattered, splattered.
And again,
if weight bust a shoe, trust me when I tell you. I'm thinking of the two. I can see them right now.
I met one last week. Oh, my
God.
I met one last week.
That's right.
His head was the size of, this kid's head was this big.
We couldn't even weigh him. So what you think that shoe should have done? So it has nothing to do with the shoe. With Zion. Ain't no way in the world.
he got hurt because he got hurt. I'm going to say that. And then he hurt his knee again. It could be freak of nature, could be whatever. I don't have a problem with him being the big. I'm just curious, as an athlete's athlete, how you feel about it. Is it sustainable? Because to me, it don't matter. If he plays 7 years, he plays 7 years. And the parallel I draw is running quarterbacks, athletic quarterbacks. All right, you give me 5-7 years because this is what you do. This is what you do.
True.
So I don't have the problem there, but I'm just curious to find out, because there are a lot of people that feel because of the pounding. We play 16 games.
The kid been playing basketball as his size for life.
Yeah.
He's accustomed to carrying that. Just because we hadn't seen it, we can't be critical. That's my problem.
Let's talk about a little bit more NBA. Big trade. Big
trade. A trade that was forced. A trade that was forced.
Well, how do you feel about the trade?
I'm happy that it's over. I'm happy that it's finally over. I got tired of it. I got tired of them going at Harden for this, going at Harden for that. I got tired of the way he was handling the whole situation. I didn't like that because he was not in a positive light. Mm-hmm. But I'm happy it's finally over. I am.
Will it work?
It has no choice. It's going to work for KD because everything going to work for KD. As long as you get the ball to KD. Go through KD, it'll work.
Let me rephrase it. Because we've had this conversation several weeks ago about, and I agree with you.
Perfect timing now.
Well, but yes. But
we didn't have the conversation with how Kyrie has acted.
Well, we're going to get to that. That's a whole nother conversation.
Okay.
Let's stay with this one first.
Okay.
Let's stay with this one first. And I still believe, as you have stated, I don't see a championship coming his way as long as he plays the brand of ball that he plays.
Well, what we're saying and what we've seen early on is that he understands you got to drive this truck through KD land.
Right.
Easy money sniper. Yeah. You got to do that.
I don't think he's going to have a problem with that.
Well, they're going to be all right.
Because, see, think about it. If you look at him historically, I think people have kind of given him the wrong. When he was in OKC,
he wasn't that dude, though.
No, but he held the ball out, but he can work. He can work with us.
We didn't even know who he was.
He can work.
I don't even think he had a beard then. I don't think he had a beard then.
I think he had a little.
Yeah, but he wasn't even
that
dude. See, he has his own thing now. Yeah. Like now he has a.
Well, it's got its own life of its own.
Right, but he has his own image. He has his own everything.
On an interview, I saw something peek through the beard, look in and look back. I didn't know what was going on. I was going to call you to see what that was. It was just like, it was really weird. He was in an interview.
I'm thinking something, but I really can't say what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get me in trouble. Mm-hmm. But I'm thinking, I saw a meme that said it was on social media that they had
you gonna get in trouble anyway.
That was upset that he left Houston. There's a bunch of people.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they're gonna miss the offerings.
The offerings that were offered up that were raining down on them. They're gonna miss the rain.
There wasn't melodies from heaven.
So it's gonna be drier in Houston now.
Yes.
A lot less rainstorms.
They had the facial expression of someone mad when they heard that he was being traded. Yeah. That was a good one. God, that was funny. That was hilarious, man.
So second part of that is, what's going on with Kyrie? I mean, what?
Kyrie going through something, man.
I've never seen.
I feel bad for him, though. Straight up,
he's lost
as a man. I don't think he's lost.
He's lost. He's got to be lost.
I don't think he's lost. I think he's confused. It's hard for someone not to be located when they have a father in his life, and he has that. But I think he's confused.
Really?
With what life really is.
Truth of the matter, he reminds me of one of your sons. You got a lot of sons that got problems. That's why I love you. But because he reminds me of one that you realize sidebar here. A.B. Le'Veon Bell signed almost $200 million worth of contracts. Mm-hmm. They'll be lucky to get 60 between them. That is just like insane to me.
Well, A.B. messed up.
Le'Veon messed up.
No, Le'Veon didn't mess up. Le'Veon balled, man.
No. Well,
his team is garbage. When your team is garbage, you have no value. The Jets was garbage.
See. But why did you go there? We just had this.
He went there for the money.
We just had this conversation the other day.
But he went there because the check was there.
And now they released him, so he didn't get all of that check.
True.
Is my point. Mm-hmm. Is that of all of that money,
bad decision.
bad decisions.
But his wasn't related to his conduct.
That's true.
So
Totally
we
true.
can't- we
However,
can't-
but
we
his
can't judge
conduct,
him
it
as
wasn't
he's
legal
someone-
Well, no. It was his conduct because they ended up cutting him because he pitched a fit.
About what? Losing every
What?
week?
I'm just saying.
I ain't hear that one. Pitched a fit for what?
He was pitching a fit in that locker room
For
about
what?
various things.
What, like what? That ball distribution?
I-
that we are hot
I-
garbage?
I-
Nobody really want to win? And I come from winning? Not only did I come from winning, I come from toting this rock and getting some numbers. I ain't getting no numbers no more. Therefore, I ain't going to the Pro Bowl no more. Therefore, I become insignificant.
That was his fault. He made that choice to go there. Okay, so he
That
has
would
to
be he
live.
and his agent's fault.
Well,
they
either
made
way,
that choice
the agent
to go
worked
there.
for him, though.
True.
You know, and so
Some
yeah,
agents still think you
yeah.
work for them.
Yeah. Well, in that particular case, he way too strong. But back to Kyrie, I mean, there are people you've had these people that have played for you at a younger level, or you've played with, that they can't be happy. Kyrie obviously has a problem. This dude's
I don't
scoring
know him
20
personally.
I don't know him either. I'm just, but what I'm
So
seeing,
I can't. I get secondhand information. I don't know him personally, but what I see and what I can really speak on is what I see.
Mm-hmm.
He's confused.
He's lost.
About the expectations of life. He really is. It's hard for them
Mm-hmm.
to have sympathy for a man that's playing the sport you dreamt
He don't
of
deserve
playing.
sympathy. He doesn't deserve sympathy, first of
Let me
all.
set these draws up.
Okay.
It's hard
I call
for
her.
a man to garner sympathy when you're playing a sport that you love and you desired and you dreamt of playing. Not only that, you're commanding a king's ransom for it. And you've already this is your third bus stop. They're not going to feel sorry for you. Not only that, you're playing with KD, arguably the best player in basketball, and you don't want to be a part of that at this current time because of outside.
What? That's what I'm trying to figure out what is going on. I don't understand. What is his
It's a
problem?
lot could be going on.
What is? I'm just trying to understand. What is
It's a
his
lot
problem?
of trappings of life that young men.
Outside?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not basketball.
We need to get
related.
to it because I don't
it's
understand.
a lot of trappings of life that could catch you up and get you unfocused, off balance, and inconsistent, and what's this last word I'm looking for?
He's crazy. What?
No, it's not
sorry.
crazy.
I didn't know. I'm just saying. The mic was on. Is this on?
A liability.
Put that all together for me. I'm trying to figure out. A lot of people. Hang on a second. I'm gonna ask this question so you can hear what everybody else is asking the same question.
Ain't everybody.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're gonna blame on everybody.
that's why. Wait a minute.
You're gonna blame on everybody.
How can it?
Okay, go ahead. What question?
He's the one who's not showing up with stuff. What is happening to him that he's reacting
So
this way?
when
to
Susie and
feel-
Tom take off work for a day because they're going through something at the crib, you ain't saying nothing about that. Just because he's on television making a ton of money, he's not immune to the trappings of life. He's human. Human. That's who he is. Just because a guy has an insatiable talent, just because he could dribble a ball like no other and go to the cup and give you and one.
He's giving me 26
that
tonight.
does
He's giving me
not
26
mean
tonight.
that he's not at times going to be caught up in the trappings of life.
So life is the problem. That's fine. I'm just looking.
They know
He's
they-
upset with the
It's-
world.
no,
he
we're
didn't
not
show
gonna
up.
say that. It's one thing to understand how to play this game of basketball. It's another thing understanding how to play this game of life. This game of life ain't got no scoreboard, man.
So he needs mental health, is what you're saying. He needs mental
I
health.
don't know what he had.
I'm not saying he's crazy. No,
based
obviously.
on what I'm seeing and hearing, there's something going on.
Season begins. You got Kevin Durant, okay, and you can't show up to the team press conference because of some other thing. You have to issue a statement. Come on, bro. I mean, it's just my point is, and I'm just trying to figure out what is so wrong or what is wrong, what is going on that this one guy who will drop 26 in his sleep on you.
It's a lot of dudes do that.
What?
No, it's a lot of dudes do that. It's a lot of dudes that got caught up and out of the game right now that'll go. I could go find a few dudes that drop 26 on you right now, out of the street, in the hood, out of the project, right off the couch, right now, a drop 26. I know a man who'll drop 30 on you right now. It ain't nothing wrong with him. That's Jamal Crawford. Don't make me call it. He'll drop 30.
I love Jamal.
Right now.
Right now.
Love you, boy. You out there, I love you, boy.
Hey, he gonna be in a wheelchair and be able to drop 15.
Crossing him over in a wheelchair. With a cane.
He is a special
and a good
talent.
dude, man.
Let's move on because one of my things, and we talk about this all the time. You talk about this with your kids here. I'm gonna say this about him. You respond, and then we can move on. I want to talk about LeBron and the Lakers, and they seem to have found their binky. It always bothers me when somebody's had an opportunity, has a great opportunity, and the world is that oyster. And yeah, we all have personal problems, this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. But it just seems like there's something really wrong. And again, I'm on the outside, so I'm trying to figure out what could be causing you to be so what causes you to miss in the beginning of the season, to miss the first press conference, at least get the first press conference in and then get mad.
Bishop T.D. Jakes preached a message quite some time ago. I never forgot it. It was called Public Success, Private Struggles.
Okay.
Behind every public success, there's someone struggling privately.
Well, one more time, if you don't mind.
Behind every public success, there's someone struggling privately.
I'm going to have to ask for the working now.
One more time. That's what I'm talking about.
That is okay. That helps because
just because my struggle ain't your struggle, don't look down on my struggle.
And again,
that ain't from Bishop. That's from Prime.
Right.
It hit me. Okay. Just because your struggle ain't my struggle, don't look down on my struggle. So that's almost coughed that thing so good.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong with us in this society. Because my struggle ain't your struggle. You look down on my struggle. But we both struggling. I don't understand that.
Now, I'm glad you said that to that point. So my question becomes, see, if I saw you struggling, you saw me struggling. Look at dog. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have a conversation. My hands ask you again. Yeah. All this low, but I know, but I just because I'm always watching.
Hey dog, look at my bottom jaw, dog. Get this man some lotion.
I mean, I just
like your skin is.
What's because I'm always
but it's like that of a gator.
Yeah, well,
it's in the bottom jaw, though.
Yeah.
You can't fit through that. So you talking about fat shame? I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do that.
Well, yes, medium shirt on. Let's talk about the King LeBron. Mm-hmm. Seems like Lakers, they kind of, was up and down a little bit earlier, but they're back at it now. Mm-hmm. Number one, thank you.
Yeah, he just
number one.
Let the Lord use you.
Let it use it. Thank you.
Yeah, let me give me some just in case you need some.
Yeah.
You need some later.
Yeah. They. By the way, you like the Schroeder move? Schroeder to Lakers.
I love it. Let me tell you something, man. I've seen him play before several times.
Well, he was in Atlanta, so I see him play a lot.
Yeah, but now I really watched him.
Yeah.
That kid can play.
Yeah, he can play.
And he's a leader.
Could you get the little patch thing situated? He's had that for like 8 years since.
What, the little color?
Patch. Yeah,
but that's his thing.
I know, but he reminds me of the Gremlins. Remember the Gremlins?
Remember Stripe? My man don't look like no gremlin.
He does look like a gremlin. He looks exactly like a gremlin. He looks just like Stripe.
I know
from the Gremlins.
There's a couple gremlins in the NBA, but he's not one of them. There's a couple gremlins in the NBA. Some old school gremlins too. That kid can play, man.
No, he can play. He can play.
Yeah.
But it seems like I could see that team rattling off a couple. We're gonna stay with this year. LeBron ain't slowing down. They really are.
Giannis and them is gonna fight.
Man, them dudes ain't gonna fight.
Giannis them gonna fight.
They get out athleted.
No, dog.
You can't get fooled by this stuff.
Giannis
I was in Atlanta.
Fight.
I'm just telling you. I was there with Budenholzer. I promise you. The ball they play is great until you get up against the athletes. It's just like in football, and I like to draw parallels.
They added some pieces to the puzzle. They're gonna fight. I'm just telling you, they're gonna fight.
They always fight.
But I think they're gonna fight.
But I think they're gonna fight. I just see them falling short. I don't even know if they actually get out of the East. they could be in the final. There's some good teams that are in the finals. You know.
Jackson State. I hope this ain't no problem.
Okay, so
I hope this ain't no problem.
Okay, let's see.
Praise the Lord. What's up, boss?
Coach Prime is taking
Talk to
a
him.
call
I'm shooting
right
my show
now.
right now. What's going on?
And so as a head coach, you got to take
All right.
calls all the time.
Okay.
Just because
All
you
right.
never know what's going to
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm wearing. I'm sorry. I'm wearing more than one hat right here. I'm not just the
Head coach.
The head coach. It's several hats around. So when I see a call come from Jackson State, trust me,
Got to take that.
I
call.
got to take that. I apologize because I love y'all like that.
Lakers. I think rattling on. I really like what they have. And
So you don't give a damn about the Clippers?
none.
Why? Have you seen Paul George this year?
I've seen Paul George for decades.
No,
I
not
like
this
it.
Paul George. You hadn't seen this Paul George.
I'm watching him.
No, I could tell you hadn't watched this year. This year Paul George, the 2021 Paul George, the braided Paul George, he different with the braids to the back. He's different. I'm telling you, dog. I think he's healthy.
Mm-hmm. Comfortable. Knows his role.
So,
along with the other stuff.
See, what you did right now was an insult to Paul George. Talking about he know his role, as if he has a secondary or backup
I didn't
role.
say that at all.
Paul George has the green light.
I didn't say he didn't.
Paul George is a dog.
He knows who he is what I'm saying. They got two dogs on the team, first of all.
No, they got more than that.
Who else they got?
They got a few dogs on that
Who?
team. Patrick Beverly is a dog.
Excuse me, let me back up again. Would you put Patrick Beverly's name in there with George or the other dude?
Yes, for what he does. You talking about roles now. If you're going to talk about roles, let's talk about roles.
I'm saying, no, I'm talking about dog. I'm talking about you
Patrick
said
Beverly
dog.
is a dog.
I'm talking about the dog. In other words, Kawhi and George, to me, are in a different conversation than anybody on that team.
You're going to make me do this.
Okay. Okay.
Call somebody from the NBA.
Okay. I'm just saying.
You going to make me do this.
Hey, there's a lot of great players who got a lot of things.
I'm so
Go on back. We go
Don't
right
make me
to.
do this.
We can put Kyrie in that conversation. Say it this way.
Patrick
But
Beverly
when
is a
you
dog.
talk about KD, there ain't nobody on that team in the conversation now except for the dude with the beard.
You lucky I can't. You lucky I'm getting old. Because I will pull up this number and call. You lucky. I ain't going to do it. If I think of it, I'm coming back to it.
When we come back, talk a little bit more
lucky.
NBA. Charles Barkley said something very interesting.
What was it?
I'm not going to say it now because you'll run into it. But what he has said,
You lucky.
what he has said is causing people to be up in arms, but there is a point to it. I don't agree with it. That's called a tease. You listen to 21st and Prime. Remember, swipe up at 21st and Prime. Also, swipe up or actually subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. You can check us out there. Some great videos there. Jermichael has done a tremendous
You
job.
better hope you don't answer the phone.
And so it looks like we're going to have a little extended NBA conversation. Tell you what, we'll pick that up. We'll be right back.
Barstool Sports, baby.
Welcome back, 21st and Prime. Charles Barkley said the other night on TV, and obviously Charles does, he took a lot of heat for this. But Charles said that he felt that professional athletes as a whole, NBA players obviously being one of them, should be given priority, coach, for the vaccine because of the taxes that they pay. What are your thoughts on that conversation?
Well, elderly, in persons on the front lines, I think they should be given dibs,
Right.
or whatever you call it,
Right.
dealing with the vaccine.
Sure. First dibs.
Yes.
Certainly. But so, and, here's what is interesting to me about the conversation. And it speaks to, I think, where we are as a country. This whole divided thing. On the surface, as you say, priority should be seniors, first responders, politicians, or whatever.
No,
But-
no, I ain't
Well,
saying
no,
nothing about no
listen,
politician.
No,
I ain't saying
my
nothing
point,
about
no,
that.
I think. Well, see, my point is, I do believe politicians. In other words, we need
Why?
leadership because of leadership. Why would I?
What
want,
do you call leadership?
That's what I'm saying. I want.
So you want a politician?
I
counter that.
In
I counter that.
the criteria.
I countered that
Okay.
with educators. Give me
Them
educators.
too.
No, you can't ride with me. Don't jump in my car right
no,
now. You said politician.
the point
I
of the
want
matter,
educators.
there's a
If our
list.
kids
Yes.
ain't taught, then we're
Absolutely.
going backwards. Give me educators. right
over
after
seniors or
no seniors are first.
Seniors first,
Yeah.
right? Right.
Because they closer to the party than
Correct.
anybody. You know what a
Correct.
party is?
No, I
okay.
do. I do.
Is
Yes,
what a party
I
is.
do.
Okay.
Yes.
They're closer. Then first responders. You know, the firemen, the police, the doctors,
Sure.
the nurses, all of those persons. Then give me the educators. That's how it should be.
Well, and again, so here's the point. You're making my point in that it just depends on how you see the world, but it don't make me wrong or you wrong.
I didn't say
No, that's my point. This is my point. Charles comes under fire because of his perspective and his view.
Anything
That's
Charles
what-
say, they gonna say.
No,
about
but
Charles.
but my point is this is a great example of what dialogue is about. There is nothing wrong, in my opinion, with Charles having that
At
opinion
all.
from his worldview.
It's from his worldview.
And what's happened is in this country is because people don't seem to understand
They get
that
upset.
it's people's world's view that shape what they say and how they think.
Exactly.
As so to me, and Charles looking at the world in his prism, and again, I'm not agreeing with what he's saying that professional athletes should be first there, but there certainly can be a whenever this country's been in trouble, the first thing they lean upon is athletes and entertainers. Concerts.
Well, that's because they to a concert right now. That's because that's what they look up to.
But they look for it as a place of respite because I'm looking at all of this bad stuff that's happening.
I want an escape.
Exactly.
Well,
what is
music
that?
is an escape in athletics,
right?
Yeah.
And so
that don't mean we should be.
But
we already get paid more than everybody.
But I'm just saying because of again, everybody's perspective deserves to be respected.
It is.
And I don't have to agree, but I can certainly say, Charles, I
For
don't
where
agree with that, Charles, but I understand what you're saying from the perspective of what your worldview is. And that's
My
what we've
view,
got to get to.
Where I sit in life, I feel like the list I formerly
Right.
gave you, especially with educators,
But you
should be.
still can't make an argument, even though you don't agree with it, you can't tell me that a politician couldn't be on that list. There's a list of 7, 8 people. Because
for me, it's not.
He's not on your list.
For me,
but
it's not.
No, he's not on your list, but you're not saying, Jamie, you got to take him off.
No.
That's the
But
whole point. Stop
I
right
would-
there.
I would question why
right.
he's on your
And
list.
my rationale is, for me, why it's on the
Because
list.
that's where you are.
Right.
So-
and that's where Charles
for
that's
somebody-
that's exactly
For
right.
somebody, a stripper will be on the list.
That's correct.
Like,
That's
hey, you
correct.
can put them on there.
Right.
What they do.
Right.
Yeah, for somebody.
Correct. But to me, because, for example, the case that I would make potentially for politicians is that what we are definitely missing is leadership right now. More so than anything else, we are lost. Our leaders aren't leading, and I'm hoping the new administration comes in there to provide a leadership vacuum that's not there. So to me, making sure, whether it be the governor of the state, you know what I'm saying, these people should
Now,
be
I want the
considered.
vaccine.
Correct.
For what I'm getting cut for right now, for
Correct.
what I got to deal with every day. I
Correct.
can't, and I question this. And I asked somebody about this the other day because I'm like, I can't afford to be down for 10 or 14 days. I can't afford to. I need, I need a little something.
Right.
True.
But and that's the only point of the conversation has to do with we've got to find a better way of
Someone would say
disagreement.
pastors.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't they not be?
Give the pastors one.
Absolutely.
And they're going to say, well, what you call a pastor?
Yeah. Anybody who's over under the church. From that perspective,
So
because
then what if
this
somebody
list
run out and they got a church of 3 people? So they still get it?
at the point when we get to the 3 people churches. So we're gonna start. We're gonna start because the point of it is
everybody's called a pastor, ain't a pastor.
Right. But to me, what I find fascinating about the conversation, a couple of things come to mind. Again, it's about choice. I mean, and it bothers me that so many people just jump on. Again, I can disagree with Charles and say, Charles, I just don't agree with that, Charles. I think it'd be better served.
Jamie, with social media now, everyone has an opinion.
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
Everyone has an opportunity to be heard or to disrespect or disgrace or to be just ignorant with someone else. That's what social media has come to. You have an opinion, and someone's going to hear it or see it or read it.
Good. I'm glad you used the word ignorant. I believe that, because, we have thoughts amongst ourselves.
True.
And I believe my thought processes on this subject is ignorant, but there's something.
Whenever you say "but," it stinks.
But it's me.
Established that last week.
It's me.
I'm just
okay. Okay. So here's
Let's
what
hear
it is.
this
All
bird
right.
drum.
All right. So we're gonna talk about some NFL coaching jobs and hires and things of that nature. So I was looking at this situation, and when I come to like my delivery process with hiring, number one, I don't like defensive coaches, head coaches anymore because the game.
It's not right.
I know it's not right.
It's not right.
It's not right. But the game. You're an offensive coach now.
No, I'm both.
You're the head coach, but
I'm both.
You're an offensive coach.
No, I'm both.
Okay. So looking at this situation in San Diego, they're a great young talented quarterback, and he's a phenom. I believe potentially, or he could be a bust if the right circumstances don't happen.
Well, the last coach was the offensive guy,
He was.
and he helped him become a phenom. But it wasn't good enough. But go ahead.
I guess it wasn't. That's conversation.
Okay.
So now me as the CEO of the team, because to me, there's only one hire that any of these teams should hire is Eric Bieniemy. I still don't know what the heck's going on. That's the only hire.
Are you basing that on the weaponry that he has in Kansas City?
No, I'm basing that on what he's doing and what he's calling.
True.
And you give him talent.
Okay.
That's what I'm basing. Bieniemy to me has been the
Does he
top
get
choice.
the credit?
No, he doesn't. Of course not.
Or does Andy Reid get the credit?
Well, Andy's got 20-something years of.
No, Jamie, don't you think that plays a factor?
It is something, but now it's incontrovertible. Now he is a head coach.
But
too many Adam Gases have gotten gigs before this guy.
When you're watching Kansas City play, and the offense is moving
I'm
down
watching
the
him
field,
I'm watching him calling the plays on the play
the
sheet.
camera goes to Andy
and him,
and they're assuming Andy is dialing it up. That has not been decisively. Andy Reid is not calling the plays, and Eric Bieniemy is calling the plays. Do you think that is the factor? Because to me,
those are outsiders.
Eric Bieniemy should have been the first one.
That's what I'm saying.
That should have been hired based on the success from the prior year, last year, and this year.
His total body of work even before then. My point is that people who know this game know he's a coaching talent. And so the question becomes worried. But I want a sidebar to go back to where I was with this one topic. And it is that a part of me, as I was looking at, they went from offensive coach to offensive coach. And I was saying to myself, am I wrong for thinking maybe they needed a complete change offensively? Or complete change as in not only a new coach, but bringing in a coach of a different hue.
What does hue mean?
Yeah, it's trying to be
Because there ain't but one hue I know, and that's Hefner.
or Jackson. A different color. As part
They
of
just had a black coach.
that's what I'm
So
saying.
what are you
But I'm saying they bought in a white coach who is an offensive coach.
So you don't think they brought in a coach that was best qualified for their situation? You think they brought in a white coach because they tried a black coach?
No, I don't think. No. Not at
So
all.
what you saying?
No, I'm saying in the whole hearing it from a different voice.
Who voice?
You went from a black coach and his voice as an offensive guy to a white coach and he's an offensive guy.
Well, you just said he had a great year. He's a young phenom. So usually that black voice had something to do with it as well.
Well, obviously didn't have enough, as you said.
No,
got
they
rid of
lost
him.
as a team, not as just the offense lost. They lost as a team. And many felt that the team got away from the coach that I think was he in the running, or did he win Coach of the Year a couple years ago?
He won. I think he won Coach of the Year a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
My point is, as CEO, as owner of a team.
You think they thinking white and
No,
black?
I'm not thinking they are. I'm talking to myself.
No, you
I'm
ain't.
having. Yeah, I am. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they did.
You talk. How you
No,
gonna
I am.
talk
That's
to
why we're
yourself
talking.
and we listening.
I'm saying, but I'm having.
So you're not talking to yourself. You're talking to us.
No, but I'm
in an indirect way that you act like
I don't.
They
think
can't hear you?
I don't think it had anything to do with them. I'm just saying, in my mind, as I looked at the deliberation as a CEO, I think that or the owner of a team, I see where a complete change.
This is a black time right now. We winning. Let me tell you something. This is a black time right now. We're winning. I really don't feel like as a CEO they would sit up there and say, We can't go black again. Let's go white. We can't give him another black voice. Let's go white. They don't think about that when you're in the navigation car. When you're in the navigational system in your car. I'm waiting for a black voice. I ain't heard one of them yet.
So there are how many teams in the NFL?
32 flavors.
And so 32 flavors times 2 is what's 32 times 32?
You need
plus
to stop.
32.
It's 64. Dog.
64. That's my number.
I know.
You said there's 7 total
What?
African American coaches and GMs in the league.
Okay.
What did you say about that again?
And we have
we have 7
75%
of the league.
players.
Yeah, so we have 7 of 64 positions filled, and you.
Let's go. If you want to start doing numbers, go to ain't no owners black. So let's just get that straight. Okay.
So now,
Okay?
so
Let's
32,
get that straight.
32, and 32 is 96. So there's 7 of. My point is this. Again, I'm not saying that's.
Are
what
we
they do.
hiring black and white, Asian, Hispanic, ethnic coaches, or are we hiring what's best qualified for my team?
Right. And so, and what I'm saying.
Let me
to
know
you-
where we going so I can ride with you.
No, that's the point. It's just a conversation. It is. That's what. But to me, if I was a black guy owning the Chargers, let me just say it this way.
Yeah,
if I was a
Yeah, I
brother
wanna
owning
hear
the
this.
Chargers,
Yep.
I could see also value in hiring Smith. I'm a black man owning the team. I just fired another black man, okay, of that team. But I could see a value potentially in Smith because it's a total different.
So you just want to be different.
No, because I think the guy's qualified.
Okay, so you going with the qualified, not the different. So
No,
why
I'm
would
just
you-
saying. No, I'm just. I felt bad because in my conversation, and again, that's why we're talking about it. I felt that it's a weird thought to me to think, one as a black man, that I probably in this case it makes more.
I love to give a brother or sister an opportunity tremendously.
Right.
That's just who I am. I'm
Right,
that kind of brother.
right.
But when I'm laid back on a plane
Right,
and I hear that voice come over the PA,
right.
I'm not listening to see if that voice is a black man or a white man.
Right.
I want that voice to be confident, a confident man. Real talk.
Right, but
When I land at an airport and the car service receives me, I didn't call ahead and say, give me a black driver or a white driver. I just want to make sure you have a capable
correct.
driver that's committed and competent to get me where I need to go.
Right,
Now,
right.
if I get to the point where I have that preference, now if you got a brother, he's qualified, I understand. I may lean that way a little bit. But when it comes down to it, man, I just want to get there. I want to get there. That's the truth. That's how I see it.
No, and to me, I don't disagree. My point is, again, that's why I put myself as an African American man, and I made the move to fire the coach. I see in my mind, okay, this is just me talking.
It's
Me
you
as a
talking.
coach, yeah. I see in my mind there could be, I don't know, benefit here in addition to bringing in a quality guy that he's getting, because, kids taking stuff in is kids taking
like it.
stuff in. So I could see potentially that would also be a different potential benefit that does play a different kind of role, which we've never had. I've never had this thought before, is my point. And again, I'm saying I'm a black man who I fired a guy, I fired a black man, but in this particular case, I'm saying.
Why could it be I fired a coach?
True, I did fire a coach.
But
of
not
color.
a black man.
Well,
Now,
I mean,
you
for the
can't-
purposes of
that ain't right there.
but for the purposes of this conversation, I didn't fire him because he's black. I'm firing him because it was time to move on.
Let me tell you
according to
something,
what
and
it
I've
was
said this a million years, and you've heard me say this. They probably hadn't.
Yeah.
But if I'm a billionaire, you ain't telling me nothing. I didn't need your input to get to be a billionaire. So you're not going to tell me who to hire or who to fire. That's the 32 thought processes of these filthy rich men. I know several of them. I've had this conversation. You ain't telling me nothing. I broke my neck, risked all my assets in life, sacrificed, dedicated myself, and was up hours that you wouldn't fathom to secure this team. and now you're going to tell me who I need to hire and fire? You've lost your mind. That's the thought process, my brother. And that would be the thought process of these same people watching us right now that's ridiculing the hiring and firing. That's what it is. You ain't telling nobody nothing when they work their butt off to do what they do. Now, is it fair? No, it's not fair. Life ain't gonna ever be fair. Life ain't gonna ever be fair. But we are on the same playing field, and we do get the same 24 hours. Do something with it.
When we come back, we're going to talk about and put a button on the show. We're going to have the word of the day, but also I want to ask Coach about what is the difference between faith and hope. You're listening to 21st and Prime.
That's a good one.
One of a kind, prime time is the GOAT.
Coach, I want to tell you about our friends at Mack Weldon. I know you kind of got a chance to kind of sample some of the gear.
Good.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah.
Now, the thing I will say, it kind of fits your body a little better than it does mine. But
And it's comfortable.
Very comfortable.
Very comfortable.
The fabrics, just, really amazing. Whether it be socks, shirts, hoodies, underwear, polos, active sportswear, Mack Weldon, they promise to give you what you need. And more importantly, they promise to give you comfort in your fit. I want you to log on to MackWeldon.com. That's MackWeldon.com. We got a great offer for you. By the way, 20% off every order for the rest of the year. I'm going to say that again. 20% off for the rest of the year. So when you make that move and you make that decision when you're looking for things, ordered some stuff the other day, ordered a polo, and I think actually they had an accessory bag there that was really, really nice. But what you want to do is log on to MackWeldon.com/Prime and enter the offer code that is Prime. And that's going to put you in a position to where you get 20% off. That's MackWeldon.com/Prime. Use the offer code Prime, and they're going to hook you up with 20% off.
I like it.
Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Welcome back to 21st and Prime. Coach, what is the difference between faith, I believe it, and hope?
Faith, the substance thing. Hope for the evidence of things unseen. That's what the Bible declares that faith is. Hope is, to me, a desire, a forecast, a wish, something that I want. And I wish one day I had.
You wish you had faith?
No, I was giving you the definition of hope.
Hope, okay, hope. Mm-hmm.
At the conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Faith, I gave you the biblical definition.
Right. Do we get it confused? I guess is it seems to me a lot of people get faith and hope confused, and we go back and forth. We become double-minded between the two. We juxtapose the two when we shouldn't be juxtaposing the two, and so
people got different understandings of faith. They truly do. I mean, faith to me, Jamie, is a belief when I don't see it, but I know it. Mm-hmm. A belief when I don't see it, but I know it.
I know it.
I know it.
Sorry, get that organ out.
Yes.
I know it.
I know it.
I know it.
Mm-hmm.
I know it. You knew it when you came to Jackson. This was
it.
This is where you were supposed to be, as other places that you had looked at. And
now, I didn't see it. I didn't see it early.
Mm-hmm. Right. No. Okay.
Right. Yeah. But it happened once I was here, and I knew it. This was it. Even before I came, I knew it, but I didn't see it. Last year this time, I didn't see it at all.
Time for the word of the day. Mm-hmm. Make it happen, Coach.
You got to make it happen. No matter what, make it happen.
Ain't nobody said it would be easy.
Who said it was going to be easy? Like, who told you definitively that life was going to be easy, that this relationship was going to be easy, that job was going to be easy, that transfer was going to be easy?
Now, here's what's interesting, because this statement flows together with the previous. So I'm going to read it back again and pick up on the last part of this. Nobody said it was going to be easy, and you wouldn't appreciate it if it was.
If it was easy, why would you want it?
Well,
If it was easy, would you feel like you earned it? If it was easy, would you hold that thing, caress that thing, nurture that thing, feel that thing, just develop that thing? If it was that easy, you would feel like, hey, man, he could do that. That ain't nothing.
But here's where I read this appreciation piece, and this will hit me in the face. You wouldn't appreciate it if it was. I believe that statement says to me, I want $10 million, that's easy. That's easy. That's easy. Mm-hmm. But I think the appreciation of the journey, I think that is what people would miss if it came easy.
That's right.
Is the understanding of the work that it took to get it there.
I love it.
We make life much more difficult than it really
When we
is.
look back over our shoulder of life and we start thinking about the lefts and rights and the ins and outs that we took, the reason we delayed our progress because of the stupid decisions that we've made and the relationship that we garnished within those decisions. If we just had cut that umbilical cord years ago, we would have been way down the street.
Talk about the people that are involved. So let me read. I'm going to read this and let you exegete this. We make life much more difficult than it really is by the decisions we make and the people involved
in those decisions, in the people like relationships, jobs, marriage, kids. Yeah.
Either they're a part of the solution or part of the problem.
You helping me add and multiply, or you subtracting and divide. You know that's my saying. Either you're helping me add and multiply, or you subtracting and dividing. And if you start subtracting and dividing, you got to go.
That's going to do it for this edition of 21st and Prime. Remember, always swipe up at 21st and Prime. Also catch us on our YouTube channel at 21st and Prime. And also,
I got something I want to do.
Yes. And I was just going to say, and
we got merch.
swipe up.
We got merch.
Swipe up.
We got merch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hold that up, Coach. Just hold that. Let me hold that one up.
We got merch.
Oh, man.
Merch.
Yeah, man. Wow, that's it. Oh, yeah.
Merch.
Oh, yeah. That's retro there.
This goes Prime.
You know, I got that jersey, by the way,
This
just so
is
y'all
Coach
know.
Prime, right?
I have a signed, autographed, authentic Atlanta Falcon Deion Sanders jersey.
That's the gold whistle.
Yeah.
That's what I coach with.
I was hoping for the real whistle, though. Is it?
You know, I made a mistake of wash this stuff, so I had to try to iron it last night.
Okay.
I ain't no joke with
You
iron.
believe? Yeah.
Yeah, but I had it in the bag, so it has more wrinkles than chitlins.
What else we got? What else we got in the bag, Coach? Ooh. Look good. You look good. You feel good. You feel good. You play good. You play good. They pay good. What else we got over
And I
there?
like this one. This is my baby.
That's the one I gave to my dad this morning.
Yeah.
I put that on my dad yesterday. Yes, in the bag. Yep.
Barstool, 21st and Prime.
Dad, that one was for you.
Yep.
And by the way, Mom, feeling a little under the weather. Our number one supporter on the show, Mom, love you and feel better. We appreciate you tuning in because you're the number one fan for this show.
Get the merch.
That's going to do it for this edition of 21st and Prime.
You know what it is, and for what it's worth, you can catch me on the best corner, 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. You know what it is, and for what